For me, he cannot get out of this contract because a lot of consequences that are going to face if he don't fight this, he fulfill this commitment. He is a self-proclaimed GOAT.
Right.
Self-proclaimed GOAT because he can't claim, he can't even claim in which part that he can claim that he's the only. He cannot claim that he's the only undefeated fighter who retired. There's a lot of fighters, at least more than 15 fighters who undefeated, retired undefeated. Unfinished business, and the first one, like there's a doubt, like I'm supposedly win the fight, and there's a lot of distraction on the first fight. I got injured my shoulder, my rotator cuff, so that's why I got operated right after the fight. So we need rematch. So people deserve this.
He didn't know what he was signing. He definitely knew what he was signing. He definitely knew what he was getting himself into. But what can I say? I mean, at some point things just get real. And it
I want this fight because the last time that we had, like, I'm not 100% conditioned because ready for the fight because I have injury, shoulder injury. So that's why right after the fight, I go straight to the hospital and get operated.
Do you feel like he's ducking you? Like he may not be in as good as shape as you are right now?
Talking about ducking, since
our focus comes down to looking at this fight and trying to get this fight across the finish line. Is he scared? I mean, why would he else make up trying to turn it into an exhibition? So exhibition is completely off the table. He needs to, if he wants to be, look, he claims he's TBE. All the guys around him that are on his payroll claim he's TBE. Everyone claims he's TBE, right? But when you really look at it, the fans know Manny Pacquiao is an 8th division world champion. Yeah. Floyd Mayweather is not, right? Manny Pacquiao has certain accolades and achievements that other Floyd Mayweather doesn't. Now, Floyd Mayweather has an undefeated record. So does Rocky Marciano. Great. He's not.
What I was going to say, I think it's Mayweather playing games and letting fooling the fans, the people interested in this fight and everybody, just playing games to make it even a bigger fight, to make it a little more interesting, to make Pacquiao mad and frustrated, and because it's a fight that definitely Pacquiao wants, Mayweather wants. I think it's just Mayweather doing what he normally does, and controversy and making it harder for everybody. But I guarantee you that this man is training. This guy is always healthy, always staying in shape. So
Pacquiao just called out Floyd Mayweather on live TV, and what he said changes everything about their rematch negotiations.
Yep. It was announced by Netflix, right, in February as a professional boxing match at the Sphere in Las Vegas. And then a few weeks ago, Floyd said it was an exhibition and that the Sphere was not guaranteed as the location. Let me ask you, Manny, when you first heard that Floyd said, no, it's not a professional fight, it's an exhibition, what were you thinking?
I called just right away. What happened? What happened? Like, that's not what we signed. Like, we signed a real fight. So, and he got his advantage. Why he's announcing like this propaganda exhibition, that blah blah blah, everything like that. So, just told me this. I don't have an idea. So let's.
Why do you think that he wants it to be an exhibition, even though he signed a contract?
Floyd's trying to turn their professional fight into an exhibition. But here's the problem. They already signed contracts for a real bout. 3 separate contracts, actually.
That Floyd is now saying, after he signed a contract for a professional fight, no, it's an exhibition. Why do you think? Do you have an opinion, a theory?
I think he's scared of losing. I mean, he's scared of losing because that's his, his leverage for, to go around and have exhibition because of his undefeated record. But if that record will ruin, then what else that he can leverage for to go around and have an exhibition match?
I mean, he could leverage what you do. You've lost fights because you fought everyone, right?
Yeah.
So you're still one of the greatest fighters who ever lived, and you can leverage the fact that you're Manny Pacquiao. but you think it means that much to him to be undefeated, that even though there's so much money on the line and he's already signed it, he now wants it to be an exhibition?
Then, that's I always say that, you know, it doesn't matter if you're undefeated.
Pacquiao's team is furious. They're saying Floyd is scared of losing that perfect 50-0 record. And honestly, the evidence is starting to stack up.
Jazz, I'm gonna start with you, man, because there are a lot of people, I guess, worried because of a lot of the hype, a lot of the news coming out surrounding this fight that it may not happen. What would you say to those people?
So as of now, the fight isn't canceled. It's contracted. As I've stated in multiple interviews over the past week, there's been many contracts that have been signed, and not just one. Advances have been given, loans have been taken out against the purse, right? Because this is a Netflix paper, so they're treating it as like a movie, a film contract, rather than a typical fight contract, right? So typical fight contract, you can't get your advance. You're gonna get a 10% or a 20% depending on the promoter and who you're working with, and then you get paid on fight night. In this case, it's a bit different because Netflix paper is a AAA paper and you can get cash against it. So you want whatever you want to call it, a loan, a cash advance, whatever you want to call it. He's taking money out against it, and it's with lawyers at the moment. He has a legal team that has got involved out of Los Angeles. They've reviewed everything.
Listen to this. Mayweather got an 8-figure advance payment. That's tens of millions up front for what was supposed to be a sanctioned professional fight, not some exhibition nonsense.
How it could be controversy over whether it's going to be an exhibition or a real fight. Like, that's something that should be discussed from day one. I don't get that part. Like, so maybe he's trying to piss Manny off a little bit, make him, fight out of his character. But Floyd's a winner, so he wants to win. So it might be skullduggery. Who knows?
Guys in the chat are asking where Paulie's at. Paulie's actually traveling today. He'll be back tomorrow. But he thinks that actually Pacquiao knows about this as well, and this is a work from both sides. And we're trying to get us to talk about it, trying to get the news media minute to be talking about this weekly, which we are. We have to. This is everything that these guys do when you've got living legends who are looking to fight again. It's gonna make headlines, and these consistent deadlines that they keep pushing and making make this a little bit interesting. But it possibly could be just the work. Both of these guys are good marketers. Mayweather.
But here's where it gets wild. Robert Garcia thinks this is all mind games. Floyd's creating confusion on purpose to mess with Manny's head before they even step in the ring.
So number one, as we stand, this fight is not canceled. I know that there were some things spreading around, some boxing news outlets and stuff yesterday. It is not canceled in any way. Floyd Mayweather is in a breach. He is officially in a breach. He's been in a breach since the day he went out and said what he said on Saturday, but he's officially in a breach as of yesterday. He has a cure period. There are certain things that he needs to do, and he has multiple breaches, not just one. So this was never an exhibition. It was never going to be an exhibition. It was never signed as an exhibition. Manny Pacquiao has no interest in doing an exhibition with Floyd. And just for the record, what the public doesn't know, Floyd Mayweather signed not one, not two, but 3 different agreements on 3 different dates with 2 different parties that ultimately got intertwined in the month of January. And this is all related.
Pacquiao's not buying it, though. He went public saying Floyd's scared and using the exhibition talk as an escape route. Because if that 50-0 record gets broken, Floyd's entire brand collapses.
On October 24th, the second one was on November 6th, third one was on December 14th. He received money for all 3 agreements when he signed them, okay? Not only that, he's taken an advance on his purse on this Mayweather-Pacquiao fight, okay, on his fight against Pacquiao. So there's another lender also that's now involved in this, okay? So him saying that it's not at the Sphere, him saying that there's no...
The contracts tell the whole story. 3 different documents signed on different dates, all clearly stating this is a professional bout. Floyd's team can't claim they misunderstood anything.
Other than Sugar Ray Robinson, I think this is the greatest pound-for-pound fighter who ever lived. That's number 2 on the all-time list. The CEO of Manny Pacquiao Promotions,
Max Pacquiao's just dropped a bombshell prediction. He's calling Pacquiao the easy winner, ranking him as the 2nd greatest pound-for-pound fighter ever. That's a massive statement.
How do you score that fight?
I had Pacquiao winning, but that's only because I had money on the fight. But I was in Vegas for that fight, and look, he fought a lot better than people thought he was going to fight. He hadn't fought in a long time. Speed was still there. Just the pace, he can't keep it up for the entirety of the fight like he used to.
And here's the kicker. Pacquiao looked sharp against Mario Barrios. Sure, he showed his age, but those trademark combinations and speed were still there. Meanwhile, Floyd's been retired from real competition.
Is Manny or Floyd if it's a real fight?
Well, a lot of people are actually picking Manny because Floyd's been, totally out of the game. Maybe he has to pick Mayweather. Why? He's too skilled, man. Too skilled, too smart. We see Pacquiao running the mountains every day with 50 people around him. He wants to be the first one, so he's killing himself. He's working his legs. He is a warrior, but at 48, his body can't take that much.
Age is just a number.
And I'll bet you Mayweather, people think, oh, Mayweather's out of shape. He's not training behind curtains. That doing workouts. That's not.
Robert Garcia sees it differently, though. He thinks Floyd's defensive mastery still beats Pacquiao's aggression. The classic boxer versus puncher debate all over again.
Ask this question. Is this good for boxing? Is this kind of sad in a way?
It's turning into WWF versus being real boxing. Like, this is just, I don't want to call it ridiculous. I mean, you have the right to do something that you love, and if you can do it and make money off of it and turn it into a spectacle and give people an experience, I mean, there's something to it. If I could have saw Big George Foreman and Muhammad Ali, even at the states that they were in later in life, get back into the ring, like they would have had to help Muhammad get to the ring, that, Big George would have probably made it to the ring on his own, unassisted. And we got to see them get into the ring. And I'm not like, it sounds like a bit with it, which it is a little bit of a bit, but in actuality and reality, to see them in real life get back into the ring, even if it was just to like stand there and shake for the whole entire round and Big George move around, like there could be some value. There's value to it because of what.
But critics are calling this whole rematch a cash grab. Two fighters past their prime chasing one last payday instead of focusing on their legacies.
With Team Boxing League, can you tell us what that is? 9-figure deal, also makes Manny the owner, an active fighter of the San Diego TJs franchise. What is all this?
So we're taking, what we've basically done is we got involved in the sport. I mean, PBL is a team sport, right? So you're looking at men and women competing on the same team. Manny's going to have ownership in the San Diego TJs. Nice. It's a league of destiny. So we help inspire, empower fighters and stuff, and we get them involved in this. Competitive, 12 different weight classes. And, with Manny having ownership in that, it's a big thing. I mean, we've already been in business 4 years. They're looking to expand. Manny's going to be the first of many more people to join in this. In TBL, the fighters actually have a piece on the upside on sponsorship participation, equity participation, revenue sharing from the actual fights, the gates, etc. So it's very, very, very different. You're not just limited to your purse. It's an NFL-like model. So it's, the teams own the league in the end, right? So you have access to growth. As the league grows, the team grows. And there's some very, very, very big guys and big
Teddy Atlas believes it'll be so close it might end in a draw. Mayweather's mental edge versus Pacquiao's recent ring activity, creating the perfect storm for controversy.
For him, X factors. Well, it's a rematch, right? Mayweather won it first. He's got to have maybe a little edge mentally, as far as confidence, belief. All right, at the end of the day, the pick is what you've been waiting for, right? You couldn't wait for this. All right, the pick. Styles make fights. That the style of Mayweather could still be a problem for Pacquiao. But again, Pacquiao has been the only one in there with a real fight recently. And I know the boxing business, you guys too, right? Could it be possible that these promoters, whatever, it is about money? Could they already be thinking about a trilogy? I don't know, call me crazy. I'm gonna call it a draw, all right? There it is. All right, that's, I hope you guys, makes you think about it a little bit.
So there you have it. Floyd's trying to change a professional fight into an exhibition. Pacquiao's calling him scared, and the boxing world is split on whether this is genius promotion or desperate money grabbing. The contracts are signed, the advance is paid, but the confusion is real. Here's my question, drop it in the comments. Is Floyd actually scared of losing that 50-0 record, or is this the greatest promotional mind game ever? Smash that like button if this breakdown opened your eyes. Subscribe for more boxing drama, and hit the bell because this story is far from over. The timing of this whole controversy is suspicious too. Floyd waited until just weeks before the fight announcement to start throwing around the exhibition word. That's not coincidence, that's calculated strategy. Think about it. Mayweather's built his entire post-retirement career on exhibitions. Logan Paul, John Gotti, I. Easy money, no risk to his record. But Pacquiao, that's a different beast entirely. Manny's still hungry, still training like he's 25. Here's what nobody's talking about though. The financial breakdown is insane. We're looking at a potential $200 million purse split. Floyd's demanding 60%, Pacquiao wants 50-50. That $20 million difference is causing serious behind-the-scenes drama. Saudi Arabia's reportedly offering $150 million just for hosting rights. Dubai's countering with $180 million plus private jets and luxury accommodations. This isn't just a fight, it's becoming a bidding war between nations. But Pacquiao's trainer Freddie Roach just revealed something huge. Manny's been sparring with Southpaws exclusively for 8 months. That's not exhibition preparation, that's war camp intensity. Meanwhile, Floyd's been posting Instagram videos of his car collection. The age factor is brutal though. Pacquiao's 45, Floyd's 47. Both fighters are operating on borrowed time, but here's the twist, Manny's been more active. Ring rust versus ring wear, and nobody knows which one wins. Leonard Ellerb from Mayweather Promotions is staying silent. Usually he's all over social media defending Floyd. That silence is deafening. When your own promoter won't back your story, something's seriously wrong.